Welcome to Three Corky Dudes podcast. I'm your host, Ben. Today, we're doing Chardonnay. I'm joined by my two wine friends, Jeff and Steve. Cannot wait to sip, socialize, and share with you, gentlemen. Why don't you guys say hello?
Surf's up.
Salud. How are you guys?
If any of you guys are new listeners out there, we usually pick a varietal. Today we're doing Chardonnay. Steve's from New Jersey and Jeff's from the West Coast. I am from the Midwest. This is our last episode of Chardonnay. We did a Chardonnay on our previous episode. Before we go any further, though, we're going to do a little fun facts. Last episode, we brought you a ton of them, but today, Steve wanted more. So, Steve, will you take it away?
All right, time for the facts. Here we go. Chardonnay is one of the few white grapes that's commonly aged in oak barrels, just like red wine. This gives it those signature buttery, toasty, and vanilla notes that many wine lovers crave. But depending on how it's made, Chardonnay can range from crisp and citrusy to rich and creamy, making it one of the most versatile white wines out there. So, for all you ABC sippers, anything but Chardonnay, it's time to try Chardonnay again.
It is. Cheers to that.
Salud, that's a good stuff.
With bringing you guys one varietal from three different regions, due to the terroir, Chardonnays will express themselves differently. Thus, it's time for Express Yourself. Steve?
Okay. Well, if you ever want to taste Chardonnay through a cross-country road trip, start in sunny Santa Barbara, and where the ocean breezes, foggy mornings, and limestone soils create chards that are zesty yet rich, with notes of lemon, curd, green apple, and just a kiss of buttered toast if they see oak. Think California sunshine meets French finesse? Then jet over to the Hudson Valley, all the way across the country, where Chardonnay grows in cooler, moodier weather along the riverbanks. Here, it's all about crisp acidity, orchard fruit like pear and green apples, and a lean, mineral-driven vibe that might remind you of a Chablis with a northeast twist. So finally, if you're feeling adventurous, try a bottle from the Upper Mississippi River Valley, AVA. Yes, that's right. They too grow Chardonnay from there. With cold winters and short growing seasons, the vines are usually light, super fresh, and tart, showing off notes of melon and green pear with a refreshing simplicity. It's like sipping Chardonnay in flannels and hiking boots. Raw, honest, and just a little wild. There we go.
Very poetic, Steve.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You described the Midwest so well.
I feel like you're...
I wish I had a flannel shirt on now.
It's true. Not me, though. It's summertime.
It's now time for Sip It, Bite It, Pair It. Just eat it. We'll give you some fun pairing suggestions with your Chardonnay. Let's first talk cheese. Brie, buttery meets buttery. If you like a buttery Chardonnay, classic pairing is with Comte, nutty, a touch sweet, and fantastic with oak styles, or goat cheese, especially with unoaked Chardonnay, for a citrusy zep. What kind of Chardonnays do you like the best? Oaked, unoaked, citrusy?
I like oaked.
Preference? Oaked.
I like some oaked in there.
I like some oak too.
I
But
like it.
I bet you both love lobster, right? Because lobster with drawn butter, Chardonnay was practically made for it. Such
Really?
a beautiful pairing. Yes. Or if you like seared scallops, caramelize the edges while you're cooking it. You get a creamy center, Chardonnay heaven. And then if you
Wow.
like a halibut with lemon caper sauce, unoaked Chardonnay goes beautifully with it. And then if you're like Steve and like pasta, the Italian in him, get a chicken Alfredo or a creamy pasta. Let that oak wrap around the richness. So delicious. Or pork tenderloin with apples. Play up the fruit notes with the wine. Chardonnay does have some beautiful fruit notes. And do you guys have room for dessert after that?
It
Of
depends on
course.
how much pasta I eat.
That's true. Now, I have big sweet tooth, but Chardonnay does not go with chocolate. However, try an apple tart with an oak Chardonnay. Echoes the pastry, and again, the fruit notes will come out in this. Or if you like some creme brulee, which I do love, the toastiness in the vanilla is in sync with an aged Chardonnay. That,
Okay. Interesting.
besides delicious, is sip it, bite it, just eat it.
Huh. And we will. We'll eat it with creamy Alfredo sauce
Oh.
and some brie and some halibut. That's great. That's good. That's good. You know, I do. For me, I like to have the oaked
Yeah,
Chardonnay because
right.
it's the one white that you can really oak.
Mhm.
Um, and all the other whites, they're going to be crisp and acidic and
Yeah,
citrusy, and and so I like
especially
this. Huh?
no, I go especially since you lean towards red wine. You like
Yes.
the yeah.
Yeah. Big
As
time.
mentioned in your fun fact.
That's right. Da-da-da. All right. So what's next, Ben?
Now it's time to talk about our wine. But before we do, we'd like to introduce a special guest, Amanda from Wine.with.mee. Amanda, a friend of ours, has elected to challenge us not only in one quiz, but two, the Winelikes app. Before we get to quizzing on Chardonnay from Georgia, welcome, Amanda. And before we get into our wines, let's learn about Amanda. Amanda, why wine?
Good
Uh,
questions,
why
Ben.
wine? Well, I mean, really, my love for wine started when I was 18, and I ended up. Um, my sister got me a job at Chateau Lawn in the tasting room, and I had no clue what I was doing. But, with some underage consumption and a lot of reading and research, like, I found my passion for wine, and that's where I found, like, the first ever Sangiovese I had ever had, which was delicious. And then kind of got off of wine for a few years, and then fell back into it with me and my best friend started drinking the giant bottles of like the Arbor Mist, like blackberry Merlot, and then from there I just kind of, my palate grew up with me.
There we go.
Nice.
And now you're on social media, uh, doing the wine with me. Kind of just touch kind of briefly on kind of how you got kind of into the world of wine on social media, and then we'll kind of go into our rating system.
Well, with my wine with me, it really started as like I was scrolling through Instagram a couple years ago, and I was like, how do people make money on social media? And my husband made the joke. He was like, well, if it involved wine, I bet you could do it. And I was like, you know what? I bet I could. And then I became a wine sales rep for a winery that's actually out in California. I'm not like
Cool.
fully actively with them anymore. I do still
Okay.
rep them because I love One Hope Wine, but so
Awesome.
it started as that, and then I kind of wanted to make it into a, I'm a mom, so let's wine and not wine.
Yeah,
There we go.
That's great.
I
So
like
it's
it.
One Hill Winery. You said it's One Hill Wine.
One Hope.
One Hope. Did you ever hear that? Did you ever
Yeah,
hear
I
that?
know it now.
Okay,
Would
okay.
you?
Because
Yeah, I liked them because they're impact driven winery, so they
Yeah,
donate to
they
nonprofits
do. They do
worldwide.
great work.
that's fantastic, fantastic. And you have two children, right?
Four.
Four. I know one just had a birthday because you had that on Instagram,
Yes.
and I know about another one. You says in the military or
That
home
I know.
from the military. Yeah,
Yep.
excellent. Wow. Okay, and the other two?
Rowan is 6. She's my little princess. And then Raceland, he will be 5 next month.
Wow.
Wow, good for you. Good for you. And you're a dog lover of dachshunds, I see.
Yes. We have
That's
puppies. They're actually, I got home today and they were moving around, actually walking around and crawling around today. They're all have
Are you,
their eyes
are you
open
going to
now, and
keep
I'm
them all?
thinking, yay!
Are you going to keep them all, or?
No,
Yeah.
She love her puppies, but not that many. Yeah, I mean, you got to see the video. She's got videos of them,
Oh, I
of
know.
her
So
dogs, and
sweet.
on
So sweet.
Instagram and everything. It's
yeah, I've
fantastic.
done 2 so far. There's 2 more. I'll be posting today and tomorrow. The other 2 boys.
That's
Wow.
cool. That's
Sweet.
cool. All right, you want to get into our rating system, Ben?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we rate our wines on a system of 1 to 3 corks, a little different than before with 1 to 5. And we'll go through that here. 1 cork, it's a pass. 2 corks, it's not bad or good. It's a men's, as Steve says.
Man's a
You may
man.
retaste, try it again in the future. 3, you have to buy this wine. It's amazing. And if you don't like it, Steve will pay you back the difference. Gentlemen, I want a name, where it's from, vintage, price. Why did you pick it? Some tasting notes, and of course, how many corks? Jeff, why don't you start us off?
Well, you said gentlemen, but there's now a lady on the podcast.
Yeah.
Who's first, I think.
Well, he's sticking to the script this time.
Oh,
Oh, that's great. So, okay, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, well, I thought we were letting Amanda go.
yeah.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Oh, God, I'm not sticking to any script then, I guess. Here we go. Okay, go ahead.
I was told Chardonnay, and
Woohoo.
I'm not a huge Chardonnay fan, but I did a lot of research, and my mom helped me out, and we got a Georgia Chardonnay from a
Ooh.
winery that's actually not too far from my house, just from me and her trying to I was like, I want to do a Georgia Chardonnay because, Steve does New Jersey and you got California, and like, y'all are trying to do your regions, so I wanted to stick to the script there.
Very
So-
cool. Appreciate that.
Hold that bottle up. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
So
Bring
this
it up to
is
the screen.
Cloudland Winery. This is their Chardonnay. So their winemaking process, they don't filter their wine.
I
Okay.
So they
can
try to
tell.
be as close to natural as possible. And I would give it a 3.
Whoa, hey.
There you go.
I'm
Okay.
not a Chardonnay fan, so I would give it a 3.
Very
Now,
It's very
does it
smooth.
have any carbonation in it?
No,
Okay. Okay.
but that's like with the cloudiness.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah. That's great.
How's is it pretty citrusy? What are some of the notes you get?
It is very citrusy. I've got a lot of, like, it almost smells like a Riesling, to be honest.
Ooh.
That's probably why I'm giving it a 3, because I do like Riesling.
Yeah.
But when I think Chardonnay, I'm usually like, Kendall Jackson Chardonnay and that thick.
No.
I just can't do it.
Have you been to the winery yet?
I did not get to. My mom went and had a tasting and then got the bottle for me. We plan on
Nice.
going this weekend, though. So I will be posting and sharing some more information about them.
Well, thank you, Mom, for keeping to the script.
Yeah, big time. I got a question for you about Georgia. Do they have a lot of wineries in Georgia?
Yes, we do have a lot of wineries. So I'm actually from wine country, Georgia, which is
Okay.
like up in the North Georgia mountains. And my husband and I, we used to go wine tasting regularly at just the 5 that were right there in Dahlonega where we were at. We also knew the winemakers and the general managers and stuff because their kids were in school with our oldest. And
okay.
I will actually be my next, because, my wine history, I will be starting to share
Love
more
that.
information on Georgia wines specifically,
Great.
and the history of
Nice.
like Georgia wines, and then I'm going to be doing some segments on like my favorite wineries up here.
I love it. See, that's perfect, right? It's a good thing. I love when we focus on our areas because
Yeah.
we all have something very special to bring to the table with wine, and it's nice. Very nice. Cool. So, how much was your bottle again?
I think she said it was 25.
Okay. All right. Good.
29.
Jeff, you want
It was
to do her up
29,
next?
but I got a slight discount because
And then we got a discount for the podcast.
Nice.
There you go.
I was sharing it with y'all. So I guess
Technically,
That's
did you get a bigger discount because did your mom pay for it and not you?
Ended up being 23.
hey, yeah, share wine. She only drinks wine when she's here.
I hear.
Oh.
That's
Too
great.
funny. All right, you guys ready?
We're ready.
Here we go.
Bum, bum,
Full
bum.
Band
Ooh.
White Blend 2023. It's a white blend because it's 90% Chardonnay, 10% Viognier. This is
Okay.
from Santa Rita Hills and AVA in Santa Barbara. It is from winemaker husband and wife, team Matt and Carolina Espero Jaeger. If I pronounce that right, I apologize. It is actually the only wine club I currently belong to because it rocks. They make amazing wine. And what's cool is they're always available for the members. Matthew has actually talked to my wine classes when I'm a professor. So he's always willing to help me out, which is cool. This, I love his Chardonnay because he does a lot of French inspired wines. And this is a Chablis style Chardonnay. You get aromas. Hold on, let me pour myself some more. Aromas of, let's see, crushed pineapple and some papaya on the palate. Watch me sip. Sings with grapefruit, papaya again, and some fresh cream. I get it in a finish of just a dash of butterscotch, which means I'm probably pairing this with that creme brulee I talked about earlier. So that
Now,
is mine, and I believe it is $32 a bottle.
and corks?
Oh, definitely 3 corks.
Okay. All
Wow.
right. That's
Hey,
great. That's
Yeah,
great.
there we
it's,
go.
I like that. I like that.
I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I have another bottle waiting for all
So
three of you when you come over.
now you say
Ah.
it tastes of butterscotch. It's not oaked, but is
The
it in,
finish.
has it gone through malolactic acid
Ooh.
fermentation?
I believe he does that because that's the Chablis style. So that's the more of the French style. Uh,
Yes.
oh, you're gonna. I could actually. That's how cool he is. I could text him right now and ask him unoaked or oaked. I'm
Well,
thinking,
if it's got crispy notes, I wouldn't think it was oaked, right? Is that
but I
correct?
think, yeah, true. But with the butterscotch, I think you do. You do
That
with
would
the
be more.
finish.
Yeah, it's not through
So,
malolactic fermentation.
I don't know. You're asking me too many questions that I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. All right.
Only
Just
prompts
curious.
you. Trouble. I'll
All
do my
right.
research. But thank you
That's
for your questions.
so. What I am drinking is actually not a New Jersey wine, but it is right over the border, literally 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes over our border in the Hudson Valley AVA. And this is a Chardonnay. And this here is from the Warwick Valley Winery. And they've been there for a while. It's a nice oaked Chardonnay. This has been it's been aged in oak, and it's gone through secondary fermentation, malolactic acid, fermentation, and which gives it a nice buttery feel. It's got a nice toasty oak flavor to it. Notes. I mean, you get like those nice oak notes. You get a little bit of peach and a little bit of lemon,
I mean, that's
and it's
nice. Go on.
huh?
I said you're sitting on a 7-year-old Chardonnay. That's lovely, huh?
It is very, very good. I really like this, and I'm gonna actually. I hate to just say I'm gonna give everything a 3, but I'm gonna give it a 3. I picked this up at my local ShopRite
Really?
Liquors. It's like a
Wow.
Kroger's, whatever, right? Kroger's, whatever it's called. So I picked it up there, and it was, believe it or not, under $15.
Nice.
And I saw it because that's where I got the Alba wine last time from Alba
Oh yeah.
Vineyards, right? Which is a New Jersey one. And I'm looking through it. Oh, there it is. Boom. So I grabbed it and I said, we've had it before and we liked it. So I'm going to give this a 3. And this is, like I said, it's got a nice notes, and it's got taste of peach and melon. I mean, not peach, apricot and melon. It's very good. Very, very good. So no, wait. Yeah, peach.
Nice.
Peach. How about you, Ben? What do you got going on
Yeah.
there?
Wait, is Ben gonna break the streak? No pressure.
So we've got what it's a Saint Pepin
Hmm.
uh varietal from Branches Winery in Westby, Wisconsin.
Ooh.
Kind of by La Crosse. That would be the nearest big city. but it's got some honeydew, some very citrusy flavors, and then it kind of just finishes just with a touch of vanilla. Price point on it's right around $20. They do a really cool thing that I haven't seen a whole lot of around here. The winery does. Um, they sell 250 milliliter cans of wine. So I thought that was kind of cool. So it's like 8.5 ounces. But anyway, enough about that. I picked it because I was looking for a Saint Pepin and I was looking for an oaked version because that would kind of play a little nicer with the Chardonnay. But I got the unoaked version. But great wine. I'm going to give it 3 corks as well. And
All
yeah,
around 3 corks.
yeah,
Wow. And how much was it again, a bottle?
like $20.
Okay.
Nice.
Now, let's see. This is an oaked, as you can see. It's got a nice body. I would say this is almost a full body white.
I mean, yours is pretty clear for being 7 years. Whoa, look at Ben's.
That's just like water.
No
Yeah, it's not
kidding.
oaked. Is that oaked, Ben, again?
No, it's unoaked.
No, that's
Unoaked.
what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
so-
oak gives it nice body and tannins and some astringency. It's kind of cool.
I'm gonna say that even though it's not filtered, it's definitely gonna be stainless steel aged because I
Yeah.
don't taste the barrel at all in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one goes barrel. It goes oak and then steel tank.
Mhm.
So pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So what do we got in store next, guys? Those were our wines.
Yeah, those are our wines for this week. Now we're going to get into see if you were paying attention with our quiz.
All right, it is time for our quiz. As mentioned, you can play at home with the Winelikes app. You can even submit your own quiz and challenge us, just like Amanda did. You can just hit submit quiz. So, with that, Amanda, are you ready to quiz us?
Of course.
We're excited since I get to actually play this one, since I never get to play.
It means we're gonna get our asses kicked, Ben.
No, and remember, her quizzes are, by the way, everyone, her quizzes are easy. Go along and you can find them. Their sip and tell is the first one, and then match the wine to the bite is the second one. And remember,
Sorry,
we have buzzers.
we have
And
buzzers now.
question you get right, 2 sips.
There
If
you go.
get the question wrong, 1 sip. Wine ready? Buzzers ready now?
Buzzers
Ben?
ready. Wine's ready. I'm ready.
And
All right.
Amanda, let's quiz us.
All right. Sip and tell. Let's test your wine wisdom. All right.
I'm scared.
Which of the following wines is typically the lightest in body? Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, Pinot Noir, or Zinfandel?
I was first. Pinot Noir.
I'm gonna go with Pinot Noir as well.
I'm gonna follow their lead.
That's right, Pinot Noir.
Woo! Let's go.
I need more wine.
That's a nice. I like it. This.
All right.
Mm.
True or false? All sparkling wines are champagne.
False.
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 Nope, Ben, say true. Just say true.
Yeah, but we all know.
Champagne has to be made in the Champagne region of France.
Oh, listen to him. He knows what he's talking about over there.
Yes,
The
yeah.
champagne's made in the Champagne region.
Oh,
It's
so fancy.
happening bubbly.
Exactly. It's got to be
Probably.
champagne to be champagne.
Mm.
All right, number 3. Which wine is most commonly paired with steak due to its tannic structure? Sauvignon Blanc, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, or Pinot Grigio?
I'm going to say Merlot. And?
Cabernet.
Cabernet.
That's hard. That is a hard question because I love Merlot, and I'm thinking out Bordeaux.
But it's Cabernet Sauvignon.
It is.
Yeah, it's Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay, fine.
Hopefully, by the way, we do have to do a Merlot podcast because I love Merlot.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you all
Uh,
of the wine.
you only get one sip there, mister. Stop
I
filling
did.
it.
I took
All
one
right.
sip. I did a refill, though.
As you notice, Ben will sneak in that he's not drinking. Ben?
Yeah.
I didn't
see
see
that.
2 sips.
Chug, chug, chug.
Right, true or false? Dry wine means it has no sweetness.
Ooh, that's hard. Dry wine has, if it's, yeah. I'm going to go with true, yes.
True. I go with true as well.
I'm gonna say false.
It's true.
We evened it up, Ben. We'll see who sucks less.
Don't you mean sips last?
Sips less.
Okay. Which of the following grapes is most commonly used to make white wine? Malbec, Chardonnay, Syrah, and Tempranillo. I can't say that word.
Tempranillo. Oh, my computer fell. I got so excited.
I got first. Chardonnay.
I concur.
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay. Chardonnay. Mm-hmm. That's very good. Very good. Very good.
What does tannin refer to in wine? The sweetness level, the acidity, the bitter, dry mouthful from the grape skins and oak, or the alcohol content?
Ooh,
Steve, you're just like
good question,
tonight.
Amanda.
Mouthful, right, from the grape skins and the oak barrels.
Almost like a grippy texture.
Grippy texture on your mouth.
I know the answer. I think Ben doesn't know, so I'm going to let Ben answer before I do. You just took your WSET test, young man.
What Steve said.
You said 3.
That's right. It is from the skins of the grapes and the barrel.
Salud.
Salud.
Another true or false? Rosé wine is made by mixing red and white wine together.
It is at my home.
False.
Fall.
False.
That is correct. Most rosés are made by letting red grape skins
Right.
sit in the juice briefly and not blending.
Very nice. Have you ever tried to blend your own wine at home?
No.
I've made
Steve, you're the
Bordeaux.
We have blended in the past as emergency situations.
Oh,
It's like, oh no, doesn't have enough color, huh?
I thought, I have 5 ounces of this bottle left, 5 ounces of this. Let me just put them together.
No, it was kind of like, oh crap, we don't have enough color in this. Let's put a little of this in there, and we'll put this into match the flavors. But it's very rare that happens.
Very cool.
Usually we let everything sit on the skins and for a very short amount of time, and then boom.
That's it.
That's
All
it?
right, guys.
Oh,
Well,
Great job.
I think Jeff won because Ben and I were both
without a
down
doubt.
1. But that's
Yeah.
very good.
it was
Congratulations,
more than
buddy.
one.
Very good.
Good
Very
job. Thank you so much, Amanda.
Thanks for having me.
People can check out your quizzes on the Winelikes app.
Oh, yes.
Pretty cool there. Yep.
And
And
get their own quizzes. I will be sending in some history ones soon.
very cool.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Nice.
All right. Ben, do you want to bring us home?
You guys ready for bottle pops?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Who you would like to pop a bottle with? We all have our own individual social media accounts and follow each other. We met ourselves on social media. So we'd like to sip and socialize with somebody. This week, we're going to do a bottle pop for Amanda.
Yay!
Follow
Look at us.
Wine
We're
with
sipping and
Me.
socializing with her.
Yeah.
And sharing. That's good.
Thanks for opening Wine with us. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to subscribe. Leave us a rating. You can also find us wherever your favorite podcast is. sip, socialize, and share with us. And where can they all find you individually? Just Steve?
Well, everybody, you guys can find me at my website / blog at njstumpsthegrape.com, or you can follow my YouTube, TikTok, and mostly my Instagram at njstumpsthegrape. How about you, Jeff?
Jeff, where can
Well,
they find you?
You can find me on my app. That's Winelikes App in the Android store or Apple store, or I'm on social media at Winelikes App, obviously. And technically, you can find me at a nearby restaurant managing right now for the summer. Woohoo! If you're in Los Angeles and at the go to the Garland Hotel, you can find me there and stalk me there.
And Amanda, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Wine.with.mee, and you can also find me on YouTube at Wine.with.mee and Facebook
Cool.
Wine.with.mee.
Fantastic. And you can find the three of us at Three Corky Dudes
Yes.
on Instagram, YouTube, and like I said, all the podcast outlets as well.
Find you.
Oh, they can find me at Wine Mile on Instagram and or YouTube.
Nice. Cheers, everyone.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Amanda, for joining us.
Thank you. We'll catch you next time.
And share.
Yes, salute.
Have a
Keep
nice-
stomping.